guys? Welcome back here to the Mopar Nationwide Series. We're back here once again for race number 8 here in Season 3. We're here at the Texas Motor Speedway for the running of the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300, I should say. And should be an interesting race. I think it's going to be a lot more action-packed compared to last week's race. And it's kind of still surprised by how Atlanta went with minimal wrecks, other than the pit road wrecks. There really wasn't any other wrecks hardly. It was a fairly clean weekend in Atlanta, but I don't expect the same here in Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. We'll have to wait and see on that, as these 42 drivers will take the track here for race 8 and see what they can do here around this mile-and-a-half track. Starting on the pole today is the Bristol winner from a few weeks ago, Steven Gonzalez, the rookie, will be starting first in car number 1 in the Phoenix car. Well, Phoenix paint scheme, but a DEI car, basically. On the outside of him is the Cat Dodge Challenger. Once again this week, Eric Burton will be sporting this car. This actually marks the weekend of exactly one season ago when the Cup race comes around, when Eric Burton made his debut in that series and won in the Aaron's Toyota number 40 last season. So Eric Burton knows how to get around this track and knows how to win, looking for that first Mopar Nationwide Series victory here at the Texas Motor Speedway as well. Row 2 has Steve Gonzalez's teammate, Joshua Mudd, the winner from Las Vegas. He starts third. Outside of him is Rohit Vaderview, who has had his ups and downs, especially with pit stops. He's kind of been on the raw end of the deal each week. 7th in the standings coming into today's race, looking for a good run. Row 3 has the 81 of Joshua Osborne, who's 9th in the standings in the 81. Brody Banta starts 6th. Row 4 has Alex Jones, 2nd in the standings in the 31, and Dylan Young in the 64 to his outside. And round up the top 10 is the third and final DEI car, Rhett Yates in the Napa Chevrolet in the number 15, and Mike Becker in the 43. I believe this is his first top 10 start of the season, so Becker really happy to have a good qualifying effort. And points leader Michael Norman, who's up by 7 points over Alex Jones, well, he is starting 40th. It's the second week in a row Michael Norman's had a bad qualifying effort. He ended up coming out with a top 10 last week after starting dead last. We'll see what he can do today, but I feel like it's going to be a taller task here in Texas, with there being possibility of wrecks and getting involved in one. We'll have to wait and see. Get ready for this race to get going. Get ready for the command. Fire the engine and go racing here in Texas.
Gentlemen!
Like I told these boys in the meeting, we don't need anything over the top today. We got a good race car, we got a good driver, we got a good pit
There's
crew.
your command.
All we got to do is just everybody carry the rhythm.
Ready to go racing here.
It's a long race.
Follow the
10-4 will be a lot of
road,
pit stops.
which you don't usually see.
But just go out there, do what you got to do. No
Actually, on the
mistakes.
road
That's
on
the
the
big thing
track.
today. Just no mistakes.
Field goes rolling by. We're going to take a look at today's starting lineup for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300. And there's a look at today's starting lineup for Texas, and behind the Dodge Charger pace car as usual, Steve Gonzalez, Eric Burton. Interesting front row. Steven looking for his second win of the season, but other than that win has been a dismal season for that number 1 car. Steven just not been able to get the momentum going. Mired 39th in the standings. Needs some good consistent runs to get him back up in the standings before it's too late. Eric Burton to the outside of him. We haven't really talked about him that much this season. 17th in the standings. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. The 11 car always a factor in these races. Rohit Vadarvu. And we'll see what happens. As we're going to go racing here, the green flag is out, and we are racing here in Texas. And Gonzalez got the jump on Eric Burton. This did not get going on that restart. Had a terrible start. He's going to cost him second place, at least, to Joshua Mudd. DEI, you can move him up to 1-2 at the moment. And Eric Burton was continuing to slide back. He will lose third place to Joshua Osborne. Rohit Vidarvu. Or Vaderview. I don't know which way to say it. I always say Vaderview. I've been watching Seth's race and saying it the other way. He's going to be passing the 22 for fourth. And Gonzalez does lead lap 1, but now he's under attack from his teammate in the Budweiser Chevrolet of Joshua Mudd, who actually slides up the hill almost into his teammate. And that's going to cost them both. And Gonzalez goes straight to the wall. And Joshua Osborne's now battling with the other Joshua. Battle of the Joshuas right here. Osborne and Mudd. And look at Rohit Vaderview. He's going to the inside in the 11. But I believe at the line, the 81 will lead the lap. Osborne gets the bonus point there. Look at it, they're 3 wide up here at the front. There's Alex Jones, Rhett Yates up here as well. Cars are slipping and sliding. Look at Eric Burton trying to work his way up the middle. He's still sticking around up there in the top 10. Not going anywhere, but one car slips up. He's in bad territory. And there's, oh, they're about to go 4 wide. Somebody needs to give right there. Rohit Vaderview's trying to clear Joshua Osborne, and they're not giving room. Alex Jones gets hit by Rhett Yates. He's going to come right back up in front of the field. Oh, and there's a big wreck. Rohit Vaderview, Joshua Osborne, and actually they might avoid. Oh, no, they're wrecking. Oh, a huge crash. Barney Ward is flipping. And it all started because of Rhett Yates getting into Alex Jones. Barney Ward's on his roof. Jack Richards, Austin Ogo, Alex Jones. There's Luke Walker about hit on Rhett Yates. Just caused a huge crash. And coming back to the line after the whole front of the field just got taken out, Daniel Voiles, the rookie, just took the lead. Man, Rhett Yates, there's going to be a lot of people not happy with him, including Jack Richards, Cole Dowley, Justin Williams, there's Danny Wells, there's Rohit Vaderview, and Joshua Osborne, who were the first 2 to get killed right there by the 15 and the 31. Sam Young, there's Danny Wells, Barney Ward, who ended up landing on his roof. Zogo and Richards, Luke Walker, Alex Jones, who got turned. That was way too early to be racing like that. Chris Dollarton has damage. Joshua Collard has damage. Sean Galligan's got damage. Ryan Acosta's got damage. Michael Cosby's front end is destroyed. Trent Dunham has some minimal damage. Zohar Munn has rear end damage. A lot of cars are involved in this wreck. And they're taking pit stops, so we might as well just keep it here, see what happens. Who's going to come off pit road first? The 77 was the first car onto pit road. And man, like I said, the action I said was going to pick up early. Anthony McCurry's going to come off pit road first. I believe he did pit. Oh, Aaron Reed back there just got hit by Sean Galligan. That's Reed and the M&M Toyota right there at the bottom of your screen. I don't know if McCurry was in that wreck or not. He might be the race leader. As you see, Steven Gonzalez, the pole sitter, and the rest of these other cars coming off pit road. But a melee wreck coming into turn number 1 at the front of the pack with the initial contact with Rhett Yates in the 15, getting into the second in the standings car, Alex Jones in the 31. Causing to go with the apron, come back up in front of the field, and causing a huge accident here early on here in Texas Motor Speedway. Well, when you're just about 5 laps into the race, I don't think this would really be the right time to be racing it like it's the last lap. Again, I don't understand why these drivers, especially up there around the 11 and the 81, why they didn't really settle it out quick enough to get out of that 4 wide situation. I think the 11 and 81 actually did. But the 15 car, I mean, he's already into the 31 car at this point. Look, he's already in the grass. He just stays on the 31's fender. Maybe he thought he rubbed him wrong. Thought Alex Jones maybe forced him down there. He's going to continue to push him down there. But you have to remember, you're at the front of the field, and as 2 rookies right there, that was not a good call on either one of those drivers to do that. Jones almost got away from it. Rhett Yates just slams into the 11. Rohit Vaderview, Joshua Osborne, they go flying. Look at those 2 cars flip. And what happened was Alex Jones, he bounced off the wall. He's going to come back down. And look at the 11 car get that air. As well as Osborne back there. Now we're trying to figure out where this wreck happened. Started even more of it. Looking. Oh, Sam Young back here. Going to get into the 29 of Justin Williams. Hooks him up into his own teammate, Luke Walker. Alex Jones, who already had some damage, gets back involved. They go sliding up. Here we go with this camera. Barney Ward, Danny Wells get loose on the apron wreck. Joshua Collard's going to get involved in the Hellman's number 7. Ryan Acosta looks like he gets through this wreck. Oh, he gets sent up into the wall, I believe. Sam Young's on his side. Cars continue to pile in. Michael Kazi's running in the back of Zohar Munn. Trent Dunham, 5th in the standings there, sideways. Gets hit by his brother. What a surprise. Collard back in the wall. Barney Ward's getting put up on his side. Austin O goes into him. Danny Wells is pancaked in there. Galligan rides in there. Jack Richards. Seth Cole is just on the brakes in that 52 car right in front of Collard. Just waiting for him to stop. James Qualls, James McLeod, Jake Rogers points there. Michael Norman sneak by. Alex Jones back there wrecked. Cole Daly's back there. Charles Jackson goes around. Aaron Williams gets into it. You see Barney Ward on top of Austin Ogo's car. Ryan Acosta's pancaked in the wall. And Richard Johnson, I believe, didn't get hardly any damage. He might have been okay. But look at that 32 car. The Duraline Chevrolet goes stop on his roof. Huge crash here. We'll have to go on board to see some of these angles from this wreck. That was just crazy and definitely could have been avoided. Well, we got to go on board with the first driver that made a mistake, which was Rhett Yates, getting into Alex Jones and basically triggering this huge wreck. Actually, Rhett Yates takes him up into Alex Jones. They really get off his figure. Jones probably gets something wrong with him. And gets back on the track, Let's look at the big wreck that happened, though. Look at Joshua Osborne. Oh, we didn't see this. Rhett Yates hits Joshua Osborne when he's sliding down on his roof. I didn't see that part. There's where Rhett Yates got the front end damage. He went back and hit the 81 car again. Wow. I know Rhett Yates had a terrible bad luck start to his season, but just frustration must be building with that driver, and just you saw right there. Just I can't believe that. That was kind of uncalled for, but that's what happened with Rhett Yates. Let's go on board with another car and see what they saw. Alright, we're going to ride on board with the Duraline Chevrolet of Barney Ward, who saw take a ride and flip over. This is what he saw right in front of him. He got hooked from behind. And that's basically all we're going to see, because of he was riding on his roof that whole time. But tough break for him as well. We'll go on board with one more driver before we go back for the restart and see what they saw. On board with the points leader Michael Norman, and we saw him pretty much avoid this wreck, but we'll see exactly how he did that. Since he was in the back, he basically saw all of what happened and somehow made it through this wreck. Drivers got away at the bottom of the racetrack. They got the track. Look at this. Great driving by that 88 car, Michael Norman, not to get involved in any of the wrecks. And again, he started toward the back, but he looks like he's going to be in good shape once again. He's going to get in a lot of spots after this if he doesn't slide up and into anybody. Yikes. And he's good to go, and Michael Norman continues on, but a lot of drivers, including that 17 car Michael Kazi, were involved in this wreck. A lot of the field will probably be taken out after this event. We'll be back to get the running order and see who all is in and out of the race. Get ready for the restart here in Texas Motor Speedway. Alright guys, we are back and getting ready for the restart. Danny Wells in the inside right there is a lap down. He's still continuing on, but he lost a lap unfortunately. Drivers that fell out of the race were as follow: Luke Walker, Austin Ogo, Rhett Yates, Barney Ward, Rohit Vaderview, Joshua Osborne, Sam Young, Cole Daly, and Justin Williams are out of today's race. And Anthony McCurry ends up being the race leader. We saw him get out pretty quickly. He beat out Daniel Voiles, Aaron Reed, Eric Burton, and others. And the 38 car, the Great Clips Chevrolet out of Turner Scott Motorsports, will be your race leader here. As you see two Great Clips cars right there, that's kind of awkward. Danny wish he was in Anthony's position. He's going to fall back. His car is off the pace. We'll see how they maneuver around the 5 car as Anthony will lead them into turn 1 and 2. Right now we got two rookies at the front of the field with McCurry and Voiles. We got a couple of veterans behind them in Aaron Reed and Eric Burton. Reed's wearing the new color this week, M&M's. Looking for a good run. We got a battle for the lead. Daniel Voiles not wasting any time to get around Anthony McCurry. And McCurry's going to lead this lap, but Voiles has the preferred line on the bottom. Sean Henley's back there is moving his way up into the top 5. He needs a good run. He's up there in the Pure Michigan paint scheme this week. Ricky Stenhouse actually won in that paint scheme at Texas Motor Speedway 1 season ago in the Nationwide Series, so maybe we're going to try to bring some good luck with this 6 car today and see if he can repeat what Ricky did in that series. Steve Gonzalez is back up here with his teammate Joshua Mudd. They've hung around. Brody Banter's right here, and it looks like they've cleared around Danny Wells. Randy Carpenter started toward the back. There's Alex Jones. He's still driving around. He actually just went a lap down. I forgot about Alex. He actually just continued on. We got a gaggle of cars right in the front. Daniel Hoyles has lost the lead and hit the wall. Eric Burden going to the front. Sean Henley wants to get the lead. Ooh, Steve Gonzalez just really scared him. Poking under him. Look at Brody Banter in that Kodak Chevrolet. He's up there. And Henley will lead the lap. There's a bonus point for the 6 car. Look at these guys racing 3 wide. Gonzalez is trying to get the lead, but he's sliding up. He can't hit the 6 car. He doesn't want to wreck him. It's going to allow Brody Banta to get there on the bottom. Banta getting help from the 8 car, Joshua Mudd. They don't slide up. We really did. They're going to go 4 wide. Guys, we've had this happen earlier. Please settle it out. And nobody's giving. Sean Henley's. Oh! How are they not wrecked? How are they still not wrecking? Holy cow. How do they not wreck? If I was some of these drivers, I want to be in the back of this pack and not be involved in the wreck to know what's going to happen. Gonzalez, I don't know how he didn't wreck. I don't know how Henley didn't wreck. These guys are still rubbing doors with each other. It's like nobody can get through the corner. Brody Banta is leading. Joshua Mudd wants it. Aaron Reed's going a lane lower to try to get the lead. His Banta will lead a lap, and the caution is out. Let's see if this is figured out before they wreck. I think they will. But the caution is out. There's Chris Dollerton back here. He's spun out. There's Alex Jones. Jack Richards is spun on the front stretch. Oh, and James McLeod is destroyed. I just saw Ryan Acosta stand on pit road as well, or on the racetrack. There he is. Who's smoking? Oh, I thought that was the points leader for me. That's Xavier Livingston. Had the same kind of look to it, the 88 car, but he is smoking heavily in that 51 Chevrolet. I don't know if Charles Jackson had a piece of it or Danny Wells. Jack Richards is all spinner out and everything. Dylan Young has some damage. Trent Dunham, more damage. I don't know if Galligan has some more damage or not from already having some. And they are pitting once again. Brody Banta is leading them down pit road. I don't even know where he's at. Anyway, we're going to check pit road and see what happens. But another big wreck. We're going to take some more drivers out of the race as we have pit stops. Joshua Mudd looks like he's going to be the first one off pit road. And he will be. So the Budweiser Chevrolet to the front. Steve Gonzalez will be second. There's Brody Banta. Here comes Michael Norman. He's going to be fourth. Strategy on the 88 car looks like. Norman's going to be in the top 5. Aaron Reed, Sean Henley set the pole. Andrew Curry lost spots. Cody Lama, Randy Carpenter, and the rest of the field. Boyles lost a lot of spots. Eric Burden lost a lot of spots. And here comes the rest of the field out as cars that are damaged are still sitting on the road getting repairs done to their race cars. But we are under caution for the second time today here in the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300. Let's see what happened to bring out the caution. Alright, this is actually at the bottom half of the top 10. Xavier Livingston was in 9th place. These guys are racing hard right here. Cody Lamas, you see getting the Randy Carpenter right there. Don't see anything right there. That sent Jack Raston up there. Thought he had something to do with it. Dylan Young, he's rubbing doors. He's actually just right up there rubbing doors with Xavier Livingston. I don't know what the heck happened right there. Oh, they just go up and continue to hit the wall, or actually eventually hit it. But I don't know what Dylan Young was doing. I don't know if he just had some problem, but he just went straight right into the 51. Jack Raston slowing down just to make sure he didn't hit anybody. He's sliding. Mike Becker slips by. Richard Johnson slips by. Jack Richards not so lucky. Gets a clip right there. And Dylan Young gets hit by Trent Dunham, who couldn't go to the outside. He would have got ran over. Sean Galligan's going to slide by. Oh, and Ryan Acosta runs in the back of Trent Dunham. Oh, there's James McLeod. He has smoke all over the place. He couldn't see nothing. But he's going to come down. Ryan Acosta's car is going to slide down right in front of him. Look at the impact right there. And Acosta goes up in the air along with McLeod. Another tough break for those drivers. But wow, the impact on that wreck was tremendous. As the flagman is waving the flag in slow motion. Very awkwardly. Charles Jackson back there and somebody else. Oh, there's Xavier Livingston hitting the 09. But Charles Jackson and Danny Wells back there just hit the safer barrier right there for no reason. That was interesting. We're going to take another look at that wreck and see it all unfolded in real time. Alright, here's the wreck at the start-finish line, the sight of it and the sounds of it at real speed. There was a wreck that we just had to take out a lot of drivers here today. Once again, we'll be back after this break and get the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300 back underway here at Texas. And we're back ready for the restart. Driver that fell out of the race right there after that wreck. Where James McLeod, Xavier Livingston, and Ryan Acosta are out of the race. Alex Jones is 2 laps down in 30th. Danny Wells is still 1 lap down in 29th. Joshua Mudd is your race leader. Steven Gonzalez 2nd. Brody Banta 3rd. Michael Norman, the points is up to 4th. This would be huge for him. Aaron Reed is 5th. Sean Henley 6th. Seth Coe is 7th. Anthony McCurry is 8th. Cody Long is 9th. And Randy Carpenter is in 10th. And the 2 cars on the inside will slow up some of the field as we're going into turns 1 and 2. And McCurry back there is stuck behind Alex Jones, one of his teammates. And he's really getting stuck behind him pretty bad. They're actually racing side by side with Danny Wells and Alex Jones. These guys are going to have to try to slip through here. It's like McCurry and them. Oh, and Jones is pitting. Man, everybody had to check up there. 31 was pitting. Aaron Williams and James Quall had to jump on the brakes right there. Could have been a pretty big wreck right there. It's been a tough day for Alex Jones, 2nd in the standings. And there's Brody Banta. Is he just now leaving pit road? Banta, I don't know what happened to him. He came down pit road. Something was amiss on the Ford car. I don't know if it was some kind of tire issue or fuel, and maybe, I don't know. But Brody Banta was up there battling amongst the leaders. And now he's going to go a lap down. Oh, the field got separated back there. We got a 5-car breakaway. Seth Coe is trying to catch back up. Steven Gonzalez battling hard with Joshua Mudd. That just almost pinched him up in the wall. He wanted to clear him. And they're 3 wide for 3rd behind the 2 DEI cars. Sean Henley, Aaron Reed, and Michael Norman. Like I said, with Alex Jones having problems, Aaron Williams toward the back, Aaron Reed and Michael Norman 1st and 4th in the points. Having a big points day today. But there's a lot of drivers needing a good run. Got to help them out in the standings. Steven Gonzalez, Sean Henley is 11th in the points. Seth Coe is back there in 38. Like I said, Gonzalez 39. Joshua Mudd. I'm not trying to think where he is. Joshua Mudd is right now in 26. I mean, there's a lot up on the line, and Brody Vance is pitting again. Why is the Ford car coming down pit road again? Something is definitely wrong with the Ford car. Brody Vance just came back down pit road. He's right now 2 laps down in 29th. I don't know what the heck's going on. Him and Alex Jones continue to pit now. It's weird. Back up towards the front though. Joshua Mudd's leading. Sean Henley has a full head of steam on the bottom. Going to get to a look of the inside of the 8 car. Trying to get some fenders to the inside of him. And he has the run. Mudd just blocked him though. Or is he? No, Mudd slid up. Henley has the opportunity to go for the lead. Michael Norman would love to get up there and lead a lap. Even battle for the win. Still looking for his first win this series. He's gotten a win over in the Mountain Race Series. He got a win there. And he won at Bristol, I believe. And he's still looking for his first win in this series. Steven was the nationwide winner of that race. And the caution's out. I can tell by the way the 8 car just went in that corner. There's a wreck. Don't know with who. There. Oh, Daniel Voiles, a contender for the win today, is involved in the crash as Alex Jones and Brody Banta continue to play pit tag. Joshua Collard is on pit road. I don't know what the heck the 4 and the 31 are doing. Collard had a dismal start to today, and this doesn't help anything. Who else was involved? There's Richard Johnson, who had a fairly clean car. The K&N Ford Mustang is definitely destroyed now. Mike Becker, another driver, had a clean car and good race going. I was about to say something about him, how well he was running. He's been running well lately. This isn't going to help him out. The 43 is heavily damaged. And I don't know who else was involved. I don't see much anybody else as we got pit stops once again. Sean Henley is already leaving pits. I think he took a 2-tire stop. as Daniel Voiles and Joshua Collard both just retired from the race. Tough break for those drivers, especially for Daniel Voiles, who was running well. 82 or Chris Dollarton was already on pit road. He's out early. And Gonzalez is only taking left side tire. That's kind of an unorthodox kind of style here. Henley, Mudd, Gonzalez, Randy Carpenter up to fourth. He did some strategy. Norman, Daniel Hummel, Aaron Reed, Jake Rogers, Eric Burton, Cody Lamas, and the rest of the field coming in. You see the smoking Richard Johnson, who will probably retire from the race. Alex Jones goes in, and guess what? Tops off and goes right back out. I don't know what the 31 car is doing. Waiting to see the 4 car right behind him, but we are under caution again here at Texas for the 3rd time. Let's see what happened to bring out this one. Alright, this is in the top 10. Once again, Daniel Voiles just racing it with Anthony McCurry, Cody Lamas, and Randy Carpenter. And let's see what happens. McCurry, he's going to get, Ooh, they're hooking fenders. Still hooking fenders. Oh, and Voiles going to go up, and I didn't see Lamas and them get in the wall. McCurry gets a lot of damage. Lamas got some slight damage. Voiles is going to spin around. I didn't realize the 54 and 38 were involved in this. Mike Becker had nowhere to go unless he wanted to go into traffic, which he still did. Richard Johnson just plowed in the back of him. James Qualls barely avoided. Oh, and there's Joshua Collard. Let's see what happened to him. Collard just... Oh, he saw the... he was hoping that 77 would have stayed up or went down. It didn't either. Kind of just stayed right where he was at. And that Hellman Chevrolet slams into him. 777. Just heavy damage right there. And a few more cars were involved in this wreck. Tough day for some of these guys. And a lot of these guys are looking to have a good run today. McCurry has some damage now. He was running good. Voiles up, battling at the lead. Cody Lamas is working his way toward the front. Mike Becker was slowly working his way up. And just good day ended right there on that wreck. And again, cars catching each other's fenders and hooking each other into the wall. It's been the story of the day. Caused a lot of big wrecks. We'll be back after this break. Get ready to go back racing, hopefully for the final stretch here to see who will win today here in Texas. Alright, we are back from the break, and more drivers did follow the race, including Richard Johnson, Mike Becker, Joshua Collard, Daniel Voiles have dropped out. Banta is 2 laps down, Jones is 5 laps down, Danny Wells is 1 lap down. Interesting story at the front of the field. Chris Dollarton and Brody Banter are not on the lead lap, but they were starting at the front of the field since Banta decided to pit 5 times. And Dollarton, I think, pitted right before the caution. They're going to be in front of the race leader, who's now Sean Henley in the 6th, who was 3rd car in line. So we'll see what happens here. We're under 10 laps to go. How are they going to maneuver around the 82 and the 4? We'll find out right here. Really, the 4 car is not that slow. It's the 82 car that's the problem. If I was these leaders, I'd be diving low in a heartbeat. Or somebody gets kicked in behind that slow car. But Banta is not slow. He's just been pitting. Something must be wrong. They're not getting good fuel mileage or something. Mostly everybody sneaks by Dollarton. And there comes Alex Jones from pit road. Expect Brody Banta to do something like that, or he might actually not be pitting. Oh, and Joshua Mudd's pitting. Why is the 8 car pitting? This looks like what happened to Brody Banta. Something's wrong with the 8 car. I don't know what's wrong with Joshua Mudd. As we got a battle for the lead. Steven Gonzalez is going after Sean Henley. He wants that lead. We got 5 laps to go. And now Michael Norman, he's starting to show up now. He's going to go to the inside of Gonzalez, try to take the lead. He's past Henley, and the 4 car is still up to speed. They still got a gaggle of cars that will compete for this win. I'll tell you a couple of cars that snuck up there, especially the car in 4th place. Sean Henley's teammate, Daniel Hummel, in that 60 car, the Travis Pastrana paint scheme, he is up to 4th place. If you're talking about somebody who needs a good run, it's that driver right there. Hummel's had a lot of bad luck lately. He would love to have a good finish. He's right, I don't even know where he's in point. He's actually 14th in the standings, but still would love to have a good finish. As Steven Gonzalez is tired of following Brody Banta, and I know you're up to speed and everything, but you're a few laps down. Get out of the way. I want to win again. As Gonzalez and the rest of the field start freight training the Kodak Chevrolet, Michael Norman's going to try to go up under Steven Gonzalez, who slid up the track. As the Roush Chevrolet teammates battle for 3rd, Sean Henley and Daniel Hummel, and Eric Burton, the outside pole sitter, is back up in the 5th division. Trying to rebound. He's up here battling for the win. Randy Carpenter's up here once again. Look at Zohar Mutton. That 99 car is damaged. He's actually dead last in the points. With a damaged car, he's running in 7th place. I hope you don't think the man would have run for Zohar. Jake Rogers started out back. He's in 8th. Seth Cole is in 9th. Aaron Reed with damage is in 10th. Look at James Qualls. He's up in 11th. haven't even talked about him. There's Aaron Williams. He just took 12th from Cody Lamas. Jack Ramsden's still going around. Sean Galligan's still going around. There's a lot of drivers still going to get solid runs as Joshua Mudd's back on the racetrack. As Gonzalez is leading, Michael Norman is second as we got 2 laps to go. Gonzalez had his win taken away from him, had a chance at it at Atlanta in the Cup Series. He finished second to John Dillon. He hated seeing that win go. Gonzalez just wants to win consistently. He wants to be a contender. Down at the bottom of the standings, he has a great shot to try to win again. It's huge if he can pick up a second win. Brody Banter's really messing up Michael Norman, who would love to get a victory as well. As the white flag is in the air for Steven Gonzalez, the pole sitter, has worked his way back up to the front. He's up here in contention. He's leading. Let's get around one more time. Hold off Michael Norman, who cannot get away from Brody Banter, who's really screwing up his chances right now. And he's actually just scraped the wall. He's driving everything that 88 car is worth. I think Banter's really going to mess his chance up at catching Steven Gonzalez. And after going winless for the longest time ever in both the Mopar Nationwide Series and Mountain Race Series, Steven Gonzalez is going to make it 2 wins this season in the Mopar Nationwide Series. He's going to win here at Texas and take the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300. I can't win. You just won 2 races in this season, Steven Gonzalez. Gonzalez has won, and he's became the first repeat winner of the season. Actually, I lied. Did I lie? Nope, I didn't lie. Steven Gonzalez is the first repeat winner. And Steven Gonzalez, how many times I say this? He thought it was going to take forever as a sigh of relief to get that first win. You just won your 2nd race of the season, young man. And just can't believe that. Wow. The pollster actually came back around and won this race. But he probably could think that 4-car Brody Banter, I don't understand why he was racing with the leaders as hard as he was. Michael Norman just cannot be happy with that 4-car at all. Took any chance he had at running down Gonzalez, and that was it. And Stevie Pie is going to victory lane for the 2nd time this season. 2nd time in 8 races. This is one way to start getting momentum built to try to get him back up in this battle for the championship. This is the way to do it, by winning, as he becomes the first repeat winner in Season 3. Michael Norman, the points leader, will finish 2nd. I know he's probably not going to be happy with that finish, but got to think big picture with the points, with a lot of drivers having problems. Could be a really good day after all. He'll have to settle for 2nd. Sean Henley, strong run for him. He'll finish 3rd. Eric Burton will end up 4th. Randy Carpenter ends up 5th. And Zohar Mutton jumped up to 6th place. We'll get solid top 10. Last Stings needed this run with a damaged car. He'll definitely take that. Seth Cole ended up 7th. Jake Rogers 8th. Daniel Hummel actually dropped to 9th. I don't know what happened to him, but he still hung on for a top 10. And Aaron Reed with a little bit of a banged up race car, it will end up 10th. Aaron Williams will end up 11th. Cody Lamas 12th. Anthony McCurry 13th. After those 2 been involved in a wreck, still get home with a solid finish. Jack Rasmussen 14th and Carr 14th. Jack Richards, Sean Galligan, Michael Kazi, Charles Jackson, Trent Dunham, Dylan Young, top 20, and also all the cars on the lead lap. And James Qualls was running well. I don't know if he pitted just there at the end. He was running 11th. He ends up 21st. He must have did that. I don't know for sure. Danny Wells had to finish 22nd. It was stuck a lap down. Really couldn't get it made back up. As well as Chris Dollarton, who ends up 23rd. Brody Banter and Joshua Mudd looked like they played the exact same game of pitting for no reason and continuing to pit. Mudd had a top 5 car, and so did Banta. And Banta possibly altered the ending of this race. There'll be a lot of words probably spoken between those 2 drivers, between the 4 and the 88, and possibly some of the others like the 6 as well. But I don't know. That was just a weird situation. And then 26 on down, we're out of the race. That follows our Richard Johnson. Alex Jones actually retired from the race finally. He ends up 27th. Mike Becker, Joshua Collar, Daniel Voiles, Ryan Acosta, Xavier Livingston, James McLeod, Luke Walker, Austin Ogo, Rhett Yates, Barney Ward, Rohit Vaderview, Joshua Osborne, Sam Young, Cole Daly, and Justin Williams all retired from today's race. But after a wild and crazy Texas race we had today, the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300 belongs to Steve Gonzalez, the rookie, and the 1 team for DEI, as they pick up another win this season and hopefully get Steven on the right path to get up in the point standings after this race. I would like to thank you guys for watching today's race, for race number 8 here in the Mopar Nationwide Series Season 3 at Texas. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, and all that to keep up and remain your rides. There are a couple drivers that are in danger of losing their rides at this race weekend, so would be aware of that. And I will see you guys for the Mountain Race Series Cup race here at Texas also. That'll be a couple days from now. But thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys for the Cup race at Texas and the following race at wherever that should be for the Nationwide Series. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys then.